Okay. Everything's in the way. So, alright, so today I want to talk about the Les Paul Classic and the Les Paul Standard. This isn't necessarily a versus thing, but this is my very first experience with a Les Paul Classic. It's about to sell. If any, I mean, not too many people seem to watch my last video on how I get great deals. But this Classic is in that video. I offered him $1,200. He accepted. So we ended up getting this 2019 Les Paul Classic. I do like this top very much. I'm not going to say that I don't. I don't have that obsession with flame tops. To be honest with you, I really don't. I have guitars that have them, and that's kind of, how a lot of guitars come. But I don't know, they just don't seem to really make me go insane over them. So to me, I like this. I especially like this. Just all this natural, borderline spalted top. So I'm a very big fan of it. Now, also, so speaking of flame tops, and over here we have a Les Paul Standard 60s in unburst. So, I mean, the two differences, and I know that there's, we can make it more than two differences all we want to, but I just kind of still only come back to the two. It's really just flame top and covered pickups. In fact, if I had to pick a winner, I think I'd actually pick the Classic because it's a little bit cheaper. I don't care about the flame top that much. It does have all the push pods, so all four of them. You have coil split, phase reverse, and a blowout to the bridge. I don't necessarily. I don't really use the blowout. I can just, flip my switch versus, pulling that pot. But whatever. Anyway, but the Les Paul Standard Les Paul Standard in general, 50s, 60s, whatever. Unless it's a gold top. You're gonna get the covered pickups and the flame top. So, otherwise, I mean, the binding is the same. Actually, the strap locks are different. It looks like the Classic is using oversized some strap locks. It's been a long day. Strap buttons are different. The Classic has the oversized, and the Standard just has regular or traditional, whatever they are. You get binding on both, and you get binding on the fretboard, and you get fret nibs, which I'm a huge fan of, on both. Same Grover tuners. I don't think this is specific to the guitar, but this you have the red stained back, and this you have a natural. Maybe that's just because of this honeyburst top. I actually have to take a look. I've always kind of passed over the Les Paul Classic in the past. But I'm thinking I shouldn't. I think it's an absolutely wonderful guitar. I just kind of never gave him the time because I always went, I want a standard, I want a standard, I want a standard. Well, do I? What am I really gaining? Again, you're gaining the flame top. You can put pickup covers on here for very little money. And you do get the weight relief on this one, but they're still pretty chunky. Granted, I do have a somewhat lighter Standard, but they're both probably 8.5. Actually, no, sorry. The Classic is probably 8.5. This is probably 9. So not too much of a difference there. Now I do not know, but I have an assumption. If the Classic comes with all the same paperwork, I'm assuming it does. It probably comes with a strap. It probably comes with the multi-tool. They both come with with hard cases. I believe these are $22.99 new, and I believe the standards are what are they up to? Are they up to 3,000? I don't know if I'm seeing an $700 difference, to be honest with you. The pickups, please, please, someone quote me, but I do believe the Classic has the same pickups as the standard 60s. The standard 50s has different pickups, but the neck profile is nice in that 60s slim, just like the 60s I have. If you get a 50s, you'll get the fatter one. I really do like this natural. This reminds me of a gold top. I really do like this natural back. Big fan of it. To me, I feel like they mismatched this wood just a bit. I personally think they probably could have gotten the color a little more similar. This looks very split to me, but again, it is the back, so you're not gonna pay that much attention. The front is great. Same inlay, same acrylic inlays and rosewood board and maple mahogany top with maple. I mean, these are a really good deal, these Classics. I have no reason to sell my standard and keep this just because I already have the standard and it's so paid off. It's been paid for so long. I'm not really. I have no reason to switch from one to the other. I got this to resell. I think I'm gonna make a couple $100 on it, and that's cool. And I'm gonna put that money towards more investments and see where I end up. Sound wise, I feel like they're very, very, very close. I don't like to do a lot of playing on my videos, although a lot of people have complimented my playing, and I appreciate that. But I really do like to, to talk about the guitar and about the guitars and about, how they feel, what they are. So that's just kind of the way I do like to do things. Actually, there is one difference, I believe. So I'm not sure when they did this, but there is another difference. Since these are both 2019s, the Classic still says made in 2019, like 2019 model, and the standard does not. I'm not, I know that they did switch off that in 2019 in general, so I'm guessing this could be just like, maybe this Classic is like right before that, or if for that year, all of the Classics still had that made in 2019. Yeah, the light's not coming through tonight. It's like absolutely brutal. Well, whatever. We all know it's there. We all know what it looks like. I think the thing that surprised me the most about the Classic actually was the bound fretboard and the covered fret ends. I just really, really like that. I don't personally use the push pulls very often. It is cool that they're there, but for me, it's not that important. Covered pickups, uncovered pickups, that doesn't mean anything to me. But this one is a very cool deal, very good deal, especially if you're buying new. Now, I have noticed on the secondhand market, so a guy wanted to trade me this guitar, or he wanted to trade me a standard for this guitar, but I have a standard. I don't really need to. They wanted me to give him $500, and it wasn't so far off. On Reverb especially, I think I'm gonna. I know I'm gonna get. I only posted it a day ago, and there's an absolute, there's a ton of people watching it. A ton of people having their cards. I usually make offers or allow offers, but for this one, I went right for $16.49. And the standards, they're really, really, really hit or miss. I feel like a lot of them probably sell for $18.50 to $20.50. You know what I mean? So, I figure just because of the market right now and what's available, the only other available Classics, there's a solid red one, actually from my local music store. And then there's a couple that are a little more expensive than $16.50. One has like a headstock repair. I think that's a little crazy to charge that much. I mean, with a headstock repair, I'd be charging $900, but that's because I like to give people, the best possible deals. And I also don't buy guitars with repairs. I don't even like to buy guitars with modifications. But anyway, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to get the 1650. And if I was to list my standard right now, I don't know. What am I going to get? 1950. So, maybe I would have done the trade with the guy and given him $300. But it doesn't make any sense for the deal I'm doing right now, because I bought this to make some money on it. So, what, I'm going to put out another $300 just to get my $300 back. It just doesn't, and still only make the same money on this guitar via being a standard. It doesn't make any sense. So that's obviously why I'm not doing it. But these are cool. These are really cool. I am really impressed by the classics. I've never had one. I've never held one. I've never seen one in person, and I always just kind of blew past them. I really did. But I think that this is a great guitar. I think it's a great upgrade from the studio. And I don't feel like it's much of a downgrade from the standard. I mean, it's just very, very little of a downgrade in my opinion. So I'm starting to understand why these are so popular, because I feel like the resale margin is better on these than the standard, because I think as I'm just learning, everybody realizes what they're getting. You're getting a standard. I mean, if you were to just change the tag and put covers on here, forget the flame top, whatever. I mean, like you're there. It's a standard, and of course, and it has the weight relief. It supposedly has the 9-hole weight relief. Feels pretty solid to me, but whatever. I did notice a few imperfections on this guitar that seem to have come right from the factory. It's almost like there's missing pieces in the stain, there's like some dead spots in the stain. They're not chips or dents, because I absolutely cannot feel them whatsoever. So that's been a very interesting. They'll never show up on camera, but I guess I could try. No. This stuff is so minute. I mean, these things are so minute. What used to be considered mint and excellent condition are not the same anymore. That makes me a little bit sad. As much of a big fan of the Trogly Guitar Show that I am, in my opinion, I think you've said some ones were not in mint condition that I would have. I mean, nothing's perfect, guys. I mean, like, have you ever stared up close at a professional painting of an artist? I mean, you'll find 1,000 mistakes. So, they're just, I mean, nothing is perfect. And to get them to be perfect is, like, kind of unreasonable, in my opinion. I really do feel that way. So, I would consider this excellent condition. Not mint just because these few little characters, but excellent, which is what I listed it for. Because, in my opinion, this is excellent all day long. Zero fret wear, barely any play, barely any scratches. It just has a few little quirks. So, either way, very cool. Big fan of the Les Paul Classic. If for any reason I ever do sell my standard, I'd probably just get one of these, to tide me over. But I'm also a big fan of the studios. But I'm not going to do a video about the studio I picked up recently today, but I'm going to do one soon. But I did pick up a studio just because I wanted to have it. And yeah, I don't know, questions, comments, if I missed anything, if anybody wants to fill me in on any information that I am missing here, let's talk. And again, I'm a huge fan of Gibson guitars, and if you are too, hopefully you like this channel. All right, appreciate it.